We need to know what is your position on offshore oil, because we certainly share the sentiment as the Belize Coalition that if so many people, so many groups are telling us we are saying no to offshore oil, then it's really trying to whittle down, well, who is saying yes to offshore oil? Because somebody's saying yes somewhere. Somebody's pushing this agenda, and for whatever reason, they don't want to come up and do this.
Over the weekend, a grassroots movement on banning offshore oil exploration in Belize started on La Isla Bonita, following an announcement by the government of Belize that a countrywide consultation was to commence on January 18th. Without reason, however, the consultations were cancelled. But a group of concerned residents on the island is not too sure that it is off the table for good. No oil. A clear message is being sent to policymakers from San Pedranos, including fisherfolk and residents.
Actually came together and organized to go to Belize City for the consultations on January 18th. The next day after we planned this activity publicly, the consultations were cancelled, and you said, you know what, if next month or the month after they come back and want to start, we don't want to be at stage one. We want to have already mobilized and done something. So we said, all right, the consultations are Wednesday, we now lose momentum, we have this event on Saturday. And the peaceful walk is very key, because we want to say we don't have to make no lot of noise or destroy anything. We want to save our reef. We want to make up. It's peaceful, same way we want the government to listen to our voices and have a true consultation and a information share.
Organizer Kristen Marin maintains that they are not just reef huggers and in fact recognize the economic constraints of the country. Standing in support were business owners, economists, as well as tourists who work within the offshore industry and understand the dangers of the venture. Omar Arceo has been fishing for over 45 years. His concern is the threat that offshore oil drilling would have to his livelihood and that of other fishermen and tour guides.
No to offshore drilling because it will affect us our livelihood. Not only me that I have an advanced age, but the youths to come on the industry of specialism, tourism and commercial fishing.
It really makes an exclamation point behind the fact that this is bigger than politics. This has nothing to do with personalities. This has nothing to do with anything except the fact that there is a direct relationship between our resources and our everyday lives, our livelihoods, bread and butter.
The public forum also saw participation from the Coalition to Save Our Natural Heritage and Oceana Belize, which along with several other NGOs have been conducting consultations across the country.
We want more people to make themselves aware, to be informed, to localize it and make it their own, because we know we get dismissed all too easily. But these voices from the tourism sector, from the fishery sector, that is the strength of this conversation, because those livelihoods depend on that resource. And what has been clear to the people that we've engaged and what we continue to see in monitoring conversations is that people understand that this threat, those ships have left, those contracts have been cancelled, but the threat is constant, because until there's a clear position from the government in terms of where we are going with our environmental agenda, our development strategy, we will always have to be on this defensive monitoring and hoping we find out what's happening and hoping we know, what contract is happening where.
But is the message falling on deaf ears?
I don't feel the government or any relevant BTB or Ministry of Tourism or Fisheries, they haven't really come out and said yes or no. So we're asking three things today, that these ministries and these departments come out and say, are you yes or no? So we know where we stand and we know where we need to fight. We want them to stick to their word that they were going to impose the ban on offshore drilling on the 7 World Heritage Sites and the reef. We want it to be legal that no offshore oil drilling unless several conditions are met.
No means no! No means no!
Duane, Moody for News 5.